Good day, my friends. How is everyone doing on this Friday morning? Good to you all. Welcome to a laid back Friday groove stream with no particular topic. Mr. Buzz hoping that his voice will hold out. I guess it's lingering effects from the bug I caught, but I had no voice at all last night. My voice just decided to leave completely. And it's not the best this morning, but I can talk a little bit now, better than I could last night. So my apologies for not being around last night. So it's nice to see you all. Thank you for being here. Hebrews 12:2. Speak up. Yeah. I am going to have to talk quietly. I'm not sure why I've lost my voice. Last night was real bad. I had no voice at all. So it's coming back. Let's see what Hebrews 12:2. Get the right one here. Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Thank you for that, Mitchell. It's good to see you too. It's good to see you, Mr. Buzz. Ha ha. It's good to see me and funny to see me, I guess. It's both. Having my morning coffee. The hot coffee feels very nice on the throat. It's amazing what hot coffee will do for you when you got a bit of laryngitis. Let's see who all is here. We got Mitchell, Mr. Toe of the Joe, Dragonfly 3 Wings. That's a really interesting handle. Alana is here. Kirk is here. Who else is here? Meese Machine is here. There's Mama Bear. Hello, Mama Bear. Wow, your first video. Wow. Truth is in Jesus Christ is here. Maria Parkinson. There's Daniel. Yes, indeed. Mama Bear, can you please put a link to your first video in the chat right now, please? Save me from going to, actually, I might be able to grab it real quick. Let me see. There. Oh, yeah, I can. Never mind, Mama Bear. I got you covered here. Okay. There's Maverick. Come on. Paste. There you go. Okay. So talk about a natural. I've promoted a lot of channels here. I try to help everybody getting their channel started. And everybody does very well. I mean, everybody that's made some videos doing a great job. Mama Bear, I got to say, your video is fire. Absolute fire. Wow. Wow. Talk about inspirational and just you're so comfortable behind that camera. That's your first one. I couldn't even believe what I was watching. Awesome is right. I mean, that video is Mama Bear, that channel is going to blow right up. I know it. So everybody, if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. Totally amazing. I mean, you'll see. You'll see. You won't be disappointed. Go and show her some love. Subscribe. Leave her comments. Please smash that like button for her. Wow. Wow. I knew it was going to be good, but it was even better than good. That video is just fantastic. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. And that southern accent, it's just totally pure awesomeness, the whole thing. So go and check out her video, guys. You'll see what I mean. For her first one, it's unbelievable that's the first one. Just imagine how good she's going to get. So comfortable, not even a bit of hesitation or anything. Just get up there and preach. Amazing. Totally amazing. So you blew my mind yesterday, Mama Bear. I give that a 12 out of 10. It was just, couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. You rocked it, for sure. And people are going to catch on to that. There's no doubt in my mind. I'll put the link here again for anybody who missed it. We'll do it a few times too. Want to see that channel go boom, which it will. It definitely will. So we'll give Mama Bear another plug in a little bit. Share that with other people too, guys. Just pass it around. Get her up to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Being in front of people is the last thing I want. Well, you'd never know it. I've rarely seen anybody so comfortable in front of the camera, and it just flowed. Like there was no, I know it's not scripted, which is the way to go. Okay. Lord wanted dragonfly for adaptability and 360 vision and 3 wings for the Trinity. Very cool. Okay. I like it even more now. I like it even more with that explanation. There's Manolith. Good day, sir. Manolith, go check out Mama Bear's channel. I just left the link right there. I'll put it there again. Everybody go and check that out. Oh, yeah, no freezing, no choking, just fire. Just total fire. I wasn't near that comfortable when I first started, not even close. I don't think I am now. I mean, it looks like she's been doing it for years. It's amazing. Word of God, yep. Battle of the spirit and flesh in our rib cage. That's an interesting phrase or sentence, but yeah. There is. That is true. That is true. So we don't really have a topic this morning. It's a laid-back Friday morning groove stream. Mr. Buzz just glad he can talk at all. So we'll have some coffee. You can ask me some questions. We'll keep plugging Mama Bear's channel. I will mention as well our very own shofar girl, who's doing fine, but is going through some difficulty with her phone and needs it repaired or needs a new one. Whatever has to happen, I'm not really sure. So anybody who feels able, she has a PayPal link on her account. Anybody that could help her out so she can get back to business with us would be greatly appreciated. So, I mean, I don't do this often, but Shofar Girl could use our help if anybody is able. She's having a little trouble. So I will mention that. And let's see here. Whoops. There's lots of people been asking about Shofar Girl and where she is. I checked on her yesterday. There's a link to her channel. Yes, Kirk, that did get sorted out, and I was able to send the rest that I had for her. Yes, man, what a drag that was. I tried to help that person out who was in a real tight spot. So I got her to open up a PayPal account. She did. And then what do you know? PayPal decided this new account, people sending money to it all of a sudden looked suspicious and froze it and froze all her money. Wouldn't even give it to her. Put her through this big security check and everything for days until they finally did give her money eventually. What a bunch, man. What's the point of having an account like that if people can't send money to it? It doesn't, like, it's just ridiculous. And then I said, well, okay, I called them up and said, I'm telling you, this is my money and I want to give it to her. She's not a scammer. I want to give her this money. Well, you can't, sir. I can't. Well, no, because our AI system has shut her down. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Override it. No, sir, we can't. So I said, AI has really taken over the world then, hasn't it? Yes, sir. I'm like, man, that is literally, they couldn't even override the system. Okay, it's ridiculous. Yes, Cash App is good, Mama Bear, in the States. No good for me because I don't have Cash App in Canada, but it's good for the States and other places, yes. Well, it can't take over God's will, but it can take over your money when you got PayPal. I can tell you that. She was in desperate need of that money. People sent it. I sent her some myself, and then she couldn't even have it. Like, it was frustrating beyond belief. Can't get Cash App in Canada, Gene. It doesn't work. Even with a VPN, it doesn't work. There is no Cash App here. So we're stuck with PayPal. We have no choice. That's all we got. Or something called MoneyGram, which I've used as well. But hardly anybody even knows what MoneyGram is. So it's when you tell people that you can send money via MoneyGram, they're like, huh? They scratch their head and they just walk away. So MoneyGram wasn't all that successful. But once you're on PayPal for a while and you prove, I guess, that you're not a scammer, then I guess they leave you alone a bit. But in the beginning, it's pretty rough. So I'm just going to turn the kettle on, folks. I'm going to need another. We don't have anything like that. It's Canada, Angela. Canada is backwards. Okay? Backwards. If any of you remember what I used to call Canada in my intro, a communist hole. That's what it is. It's getting worse every day. Getting worse every day. The only place in the States that's catching up to us is New York. New York has turned into, well, it's the next thing to Sharia law going on there. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to turn New York completely Islamic. So, if you live in New York, you might want to consider moving. You might want to get out of there. But don't come to Canada. It only gets worse here. And to find another place the same, Australia, New Zealand's heading that way. UK, already gone. The UK is probably the worst of all. UK is in trouble, like big time trouble. So, yeah, escape from New York as fast as you can. Well, don't dump it, Kirk. If you have a PayPal account, keep it. Just don't keep any money in it, but don't cancel it. There'll be a time when you want it. Trust me. There'll be a time when you want it, and it'll be the only way to send it. They're going to have the monopoly eventually. I wouldn't get rid of your PayPal account. I would keep it. Grocery shopping, these prices are insane. And one person spent over 200. So we have a few different stores. I go to one called Food Basics. And there's also one called No Frills, which is a little cheaper. And then there's Loblaws, which is crazy expensive. And the worst of all is called Metro. Metro is wicked expensive. So I go to Food Basics. It's food in Canada. People don't understand what we go through here in Canada. They don't get it. Okay, people say, "You paid $300 for that? Wow, I'd only pay $50 for that." Well, yeah, that's right, because you're in the States. Like whatever you pay, maybe not that bad, but if you pay $50 for something, it's probably going to be 120 here, right? Over double for just about everything you buy. So, oh yeah, easy. Yep. But okay, Mama Bear, you never fly into the Kingston airport, okay? There's a Kingston airport, but it's wicked expensive to fly into that airport. You fly into Ottawa and then you get a bus. Okay, so you always fly to Ottawa. Sorry, not Ottawa. You fly to Toronto. You fly into Toronto and then you get a bus from Toronto. You'll save a ton of money. There's a little airport here in Kingston, a real small one, and it's crazy expensive to use. Even to fly out of here, it's crazy expensive. So pretty much no one does. People travel to Toronto and then they go to Pearson. You'll get regular rates there. Kingston is just a hole. There's very few places in the world that I dislike as much as Kingston. Just don't like it at all. It's going to be some expensive fish and chips. How much those fish and chips cost you? Well, $22 to buy and $1,000 to get there. Yes, Denver is quite an interesting place. Denver Airport. Did you know that satanic horse you're talking about killed its creator? Okay, the sculptor who made it, that horse killed him. Okay, he made it. It's a satanic thing, is right. It's nasty. And as soon as he was done, its head fell off, hit him on the top of the head, and killed him dead. So as soon as he finished making the horse, it literally killed him. That is totally true. That is totally true. You look flushed. Yep. See the street people together. Yeah, that horse, man, it killed its creator. The minute it was done, killed his owner. He honestly, yeah, like the doll, exactly. Well, I mean, it's not really the horse did it. That's probably God. God said, "You want to create something like that? Fine, take that." I mean, that's the first thing I thought of when God said, "No, I don't think so. You don't get to create that." Excuse me, folks. Just gonna grab my coffee. Okay. So we got 46 people here. To give Mama Bear another plug. Anybody who has not gone to Mama Bear's channel and checked out her new video, please do so. You will not be disappointed. Well, Kirk, you get used to it real quick, you know. Not only the horse, Gene, they have a statue of Anubis. So when you're coming in on a plane and you're landing, it's big enough to see from the plane. What are you looking at? The god of death. That's what you're looking at. The Egyptian god of death. His name is Anubis. Okay, he's like a dog-headed creature. There's my main man, Jersey City, Joe, everybody. 100 people. Yeah, Mama Bear, you're not going to have any troubles. It's obvious you're made to do that. You're made to do that. And that southern accent, man, that's going to grab people right away. People are going to tune into you just to hear you talk, because the way you talk is just fantastic. I mean, some people just adore accents like that. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. Yes, I know what a freezer spell is. Why do you ask? There's Chris. Good day, Chris. Why are you asking about freezer spells, Righteous Rebuild? Hey, David. Yeah, well, you should probably change topics, Righteous Rebuild. That's not really a good topic to learn about. I'm not sure why you'd want to learn about that. I think you've got enough troubles in your life already without adding more. I would change course and leave that alone. Because if you think you got troubles now, Well, I'm going to see that person I talked about the other day. You don't have to protect yourself, Righteous Rebuild. You don't protect yourself. That's not how it works. God protects you. Okay? Do you think I have to learn about all the spells people do to protect myself against them? No, that's not the way you do it. You can't protect yourself. It's not even possible for you to protect yourself. Impossible. The only way you protect yourself is do what God wants you to do. Stay obedient. He will protect you. There's no other way. Just thinking you're going to protect yourself against witches. No. You're going to bring witchcraft on yourself, is what you're going to do. It's going to have the opposite of your intended effect. Okay, you're going to bring the problem on. So you're going the wrong way completely. Nobody needs to protect themselves against witches. The only way you do is by putting on the armor of God. That's it. Okay, that's the only way. And if you're obedient and you're doing what God wants you to do, you won't have to worry about witches. You don't have to learn about what they do. You don't have to learn about any of it. Just know that God is your protection. There's no other protection. There's none. If you think you can protect yourself against witchcraft, good luck to you. Because you won't. You'll bring it on, for sure. By doing something to protect against witchcraft, doing something yourself, that is witchcraft in itself. So you're going to get convicted of doing witchcraft, is what you're going to get. Okay? Anything other than saying, Lord, please protect me, is going to be considered witchcraft. Yes, of course, Psalm 91. Yeah, you don't have anything to do with that, period. That's a losing proposition. Losing proposition. If God is protecting you, no freezer spell is going to do anything to you. It won't do a thing to you. Yeah, they think that's what they're doing, but sorcery is a deception in every possible way. Okay, there's nothing about it that can be beneficial to anybody. Sorcery is 100% a deception in every possible way. It can't be used safely. It can't be used effectively. Sure, it'll do some damage, and then all that damage comes right back in the person that sent it, right? And the only way it does damage to the person that it's sent at is if they're completely out of alignment. Well, okay, Righteous Rebuild. What am I saying here? Why are the witches getting you? Because of disobedience. That's why they're getting you. Okay, you don't have the ability to protect yourself any other way other than being obedient. Okay, and I know you're not being. So that's where your problem is. Right. So instead of worrying about learning about freezer spells, get obedient. Follow the Lord. Follow his commandments. Then you're okay. That's the only way you're okay. There's no other way. That's how it works. So I don't want to see you get wrapped up in witchcraft, man. Witchcraft is the dirtiest thing there is. It's unbelievable that human beings are so evil that they sit around and try to conjure up spells to destroy other people and wreck their lives. It's just, I have a hard time even fathoming it. It's so vile, the things they do. I mean, I used to hang out with a witch, and it was just constant. She'd get a little upset with somebody, and the next thing, yeah, she's conjuring up some sort of spell against them. She'd always tell me, what she was doing, who she was doing it to. Be like, what are you doing? Like, stop it. Totally stop it. And I mean, her life ended up, every bit of magic she threw out at people, it all came back at her. And I'd watch it hit her all the time. She'd blame it on something else. Be like, that's your own sorcery coming back. You're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. She never learned. She just kept on going. Probably to this day, she's probably still doing it. Probably still doing it. It's just vile. There's not much worse you can do other than, throwing nasty witchcraft at people. It's just disgusting. But you don't really have to do any of that, Mama Bear. Just thank the Lord for protecting you and move along. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Just thank the Lord for being your protection, your refuge. Pray Psalm 91 and go about your day. That's the way I look at it. Because believe me, the witchy ones, they can't even sleep trying to get me. They want me bad. Absolutely. Can't let go of whatever thing they did. Well, the people that get into the witchy stuff, think about a child who throws a spite fit, okay, and stomps their feet because they didn't get their own way. These are the people who get involved with witchcraft because they're spiteful and they throw their little tantrums. You're going to do that to me, are you? Yeah, wait till you see what I do back to you. It's that. It's just this vengeful nature they have. And they can't stand when someone does them wrong, they've got to revenge it, right? Got to avenge it, sorry. Well, it's lots of women, lots of men too, but it's definitely more so the women. It's more common for a woman to get into that than as a man. Yes, revenge and control. Now, like I got to see that girl. I've mentioned her. She get into witchcraft, doing new agey stuff, crystals, watching tarot readings, all that. Well, she got herself a real demon problem. And I got to see her for the second time again today in a little while. And now I feel I have deep empathy for her now because I know she did it to herself, but she's definitely learned her lesson. And who am I to judge that? I did the same sort of. Now, mind you, I wasn't doing witchcraft like she was doing. I never, ever once did sorcery against another person. Never. Never. I did things to try and make my life better, but would never, ever, ever attack somebody else with it. But she was even doing that, right? They do love spells. A guy leaves them, they dump them, they put a love spell on them to bring them back, right? Things like that. Just terrible. So now she's really regretting every bit of it. And I'm trying my best to help her get clear of it all. Yes, we can do it while you're in your car. I'd say at least probably a third of all the people I do deliverance with, they're in their car. Witness, no emojis or symbols there, brother or sister, whoever you are. We don't use emojis or symbols here. Just letting you know. Yeah, very common for people to be in their car when they do a call with me. No worries at all. The occult to try to get someone to love them when. Yes, absolutely, Lynn. What's new, Mr. Buzz? Well, not a lot, my friend. Stay away from the gym and weird that. Yeah, just watch your language there, brother. Watch the language. We keep it clean here. Not too much new, Mr. Sandro. Same old stuff. Different day. Different day. Well, I don't know, Mr. Knock. I don't try to predict the future at all. I go with the flow, and what happens, happens. And I have no idea what God plans to do, nor does anyone else. So I don't find it helpful to speculate. Thank you, RC. Many blessings to you. Yep, I always recommend no speculation. We'll figure it out when it's time to figure it out. Yep, Hex his name is Hex Sticks and Hammer. Oh yeah, no, he is. He totally is, and he completely puts down Christians. He's not. I stopped watching him a long time ago. He is completely anti-Christian. So I stopped watching him quite a long time ago. Yes, Knock, you're being obedient. You're doing what you should do. You don't have any worries, man. You're good. You're good. There's Diane. Hello, Aunt Diane. Stuff ends up boomerang back to them worse than. Oh, absolutely, it does. It sure does. Sure does. Blizzard. You having a blizzard? Wow. We got a dusting of snow last night here, but that's it. It is -5, so it got a little colder, but wow. Swallow and live. Right on, witness. Sorry to hear you're having a blizzard. Boy, I hope it doesn't come this way. It's not that it's meant to be boring, Righteous Rebuild, but this is where I get in trouble with people when we talk about this. Because I'm honest. I will not say something that I don't really feel. Okay. If I feel it, I'm going to admit I feel that. And I have to say, the narrow path, being obedient. Somebody described it in the chat one day as having no autonomy whatsoever. It's pretty much what it is. Okay. Like you'd like to go to a rock concert. You'd like to, whatever it is, a person would like to do. But then you realize, no, I can't do that. Can't do that. Not allowed to do that. Right? You're not allowed to. You should. I even get in trouble for watching certain content on YouTube that God doesn't want me to watch. Right? It's hard. It's difficult. Being a follower of Jesus is not easy. It's not easy at all. You have to deny yourself pretty much everything you want to do. So, I mean, the life of an obedient follower of Jesus, you're very limited in what you're allowed to do. Okay, you're allowed to go out and walk around in nature. You're allowed to play some sports, ride a bicycle. There's really not a lot else. there's not a lot else. Okay, you're just not allowed to do a lot. So I feel your pain. Okay, I feel your pain. I used to partake. Well, you can say that if you want. Maybe it is. I don't know, Nadine, but a person that's living alone and being obedient, you're not doing all the things you've always done in your life, you're going to get bored, okay? I don't know a single human that can just sit in the house and do nothing and not get bored, okay? If that's a sin, then I guess I'm going to be a sinner because I get bored every day. I totally do, right? I don't know how a person's not supposed to be bored when they're not really doing anything, right? Especially in the wintertime. You're locked up in your house and you're alone. What are you going to do? And I just may. There you go. Do that. Try not to envy the loneliness stings. If you're not alone, okay, it's being alone is what makes it really, really difficult. Okay. If I had a partner, I'd be content just to be with that person. That would be great. Okay. That would be great. It's when you're alone all the time, day after day after day, you're just by yourself. Okay. That is where it gets difficult. When you realize, hold it now, I've been talking to myself straight time all day. You start to feel like a lunatic because there's nobody around. So you're talking to yourself. That's where my difficulty is. Okay. It's not necessarily giving up the worldly things. It's being alone with yourself all the time. Very difficult. Very difficult. And I don't think human beings are meant to spend 10, 15, 20 years in solitary confinement. I don't think that's good for us. Yes, Sueda, that is a lie. That is completely a lie. Having a family, having a partner, and maybe for some children, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Right? That whole feminist idea is a bunch of garbage. The whole isolation thing for so many of us is confusing to me. Okay, that part is confusing to me. I don't understand why. I know we got to be isolated for a while to train us and everything. I get it. But why it goes on and on and on for a decade or longer is confusing to me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand that. And that's, I ask God that every day. Why? Why? Isn't this long enough? 10 years and I'm still supposed to be by myself? I'm talking to myself every day and I feel like a lunatic when I'm doing it. But if I didn't talk to myself, I'd have no one to talk to at all. Right? It's very hard to understand why. Isolation creeps up at you. Yes. Yes. And some people haven't been isolated for a full decade or so yet, right? So they don't quite understand it. Wait until it's been that long. If you've been isolated 2 or 3 years, okay. That's only a third of what I've been isolated for. After 10 years, let me tell you, it's going to do its damage to you. Yeah, 6, well, you're just over half of what I've been through. It is literally 10 years this July. 10 full years. Okay? That's a long time. When someone's in prison and they put them in solitary confinement, there's a limit to how long they can put them in there for because they'll drive them insane. Okay, they literally will lose their marbles if they do it to them for too long. So, you know, Yeah, see, so everybody, this is what I'm saying. Wait do you get to 10 years and 12 years? Man, after a while, you feel like you're going to break in half. You really do. You feel like you're going to break in half. It's not easy to endure. And it depends on the person too. Some people might get used to it and be okay with it. Other people, not so much. Some people never get used to it. I'm one of the people that I don't think will ever get used to it. I don't. I've had enough of it. To be quite honest, I've had more than enough of it. 10 years, too long. Too long. Oh, Angela, he died 5 years later. That's terrible. Wrong was I? Wow. Galatians 5:23. Gentleness, self-control, against such there is no law. Not really sure how that relates to what we're talking about, but hello, Donna. A recovering federal civil servant. Situation being alone for weeks is horrible. What about 10 years? Sandro, I can tell you personally, it is excruciating. Okay. It's brought me to the point of almost breaking. So you're not going to hear me a lot. You'll see a lot of Christians will say, no, I just need Jesus and I'm fine. And they want to convince you that that's true. They're lying. Okay. They're lying. A human being needs some sort of human contact. And what we've done in this world, I mean, I talk to people every day, sure, through a screen. There's no actual human contact anymore. We've taken it away from the world. Okay? Yes, God meant for a man and a woman to be together. And he didn't mean for us to talk to everybody through a screen. That is not the way things are supposed to be. So people saying, I have Jesus and that's all I need. Okay, spiritually that is true, but God did not make you to be solitary. No man is an island. Okay, no one is. No woman is an island. We need human contact, actual human contact, in order to be healthy, well-balanced people. Okay? Yes, we need Jesus, we need God. That part is true, but you can't be completely solitary for years and years and years and remain healthy in various ways. It's going to do damage. Sorry for a reason. That's right, Sandro. That's right. Proverbs that admonish against self. Yes, I know the ones you mean. That's correct. So don't think there's anything wrong with craving human contact. That's the way God made us. He didn't make us to be solitary. That's not what his intention was. So I just don't understand why so many of us have ended up in this completely solitary life for so long that it's breaking some of us. I don't get it. Right? That's the one question I have for God every day. He's been really good to me. He's supplied what I need. He's shown me lots of grace and mercy and everything, but he has left me alone for 10 years now. And that's what I have to ask him every day. Why? Why do you want me to be alone? What's up with that? You know, what's up with that? You despise what man for real? Sandro, I'm telling you, I'm at the point of some days I'm ready to break. Oh, you despise this. I thought you despise some man. Okay, I get you now. Sacrifice. Yep. It's just the loneliness. It's just that. Yes, one is the loneliest number that you'll ever know. Yep. It says, not question why some old men live alone. Well, everybody has the right to do what they want to do. If they want to live alone, then great. I mean, I know you like it, so that's good. I'm glad you do like it, because if you were like me and you're forced into it, it's not something you end up liking, believe me. Okay. Yep, out of alignment, that's what will happen, righteous rebuild. Correct. So that tells you the importance of staying in alignment. That tells you how important it is. So don't feel bad if you feel lonely and you're craving human contact. It's the way God made you. You can't be some way that you're not. If you're lonely, you're lonely. Don't feel guilty about it. I don't. I mean, I know we're supposed to be fine with whatever God says, but I am lonely, and I don't mind stating that fact. I have been for a long time, and a lot of you guys are too. That's the most common thing. I get after a deliverance session is over, sometimes the people are like, "Mr. Buzz, can we just talk for a bit? Because I haven't talked to anybody in years, and it's really nice to talk to you." And I just my heart just goes out to these people, because I know what they feel like. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Sometimes I got another call right away. Got to go and do it. So the most common thing people come to me with is loneliness. They're seriously lonely. They've been alone in their apartment, in their house for years, and they don't know what to do with it anymore. They just don't know what to do with it anymore. They've reached the end of what they can take. And I understand, because that's where I am. That's where I am. It's 10 years is no joke. That's to God, that's just a blip. But to us, 10 years is a long time. That's a long time. Well, yeah, I would agree. Johnny takes you to your limit, because if I'm not at my limit, then oh boy, it sure feels like I am. When we woke up. Oasis of mind. Hello to you. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Tojo. Well, I mean, if it wasn't for what I do on this channel, I wouldn't even make it a day. I wouldn't even make it a day. It's like a left hook on the chin. Yep, exactly. Sprinkles, I've hit the same point. Like I say, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say everything is rosy. It isn't. I've hit the same point. The loneliness has gotten to the point that there's some days I wake up and the first thought I have is, oh, another day exactly like yesterday and the day before and the day before. Another day of alone. another day of alone. And it's all I can do sometimes to get the ambition to even get out of the bed. That is totally true. Yep. No, I'm not going to sit here and tell you lies. That's the truth. Okay. That is how I feel some days. Not always. Some days I get up and I'm all right. But other days, that's the way I feel as soon as I open my eyes. This morning was one of those days. Okay. I woke up and, okay. And I had to talk myself into getting moving, right? I had to talk myself into it. So people can give you all kinds of flowery talk and tell you this and tell you that. You're not going to get that here. I'm going to tell you the truth. And so many of you are feeling the same way. I'm feeling it too. 10 years is a long time. Don't feel guilty because years of isolation has done a number on you. Of course it has. Yes, Sprinkles, absolutely. And I love you too, Diane. You're going through the same thing. You've told me how lonely you are. Okay? Your husband, he died. He left the world. What you must have went through would, like, I can't even imagine. Horrific. So thank you, Daniel. No, I wouldn't go that far, William. That's not it. That's a dangerous way of thought to let in. Okay. It's not that God doesn't care. We just don't have enough understanding to understand everything he's doing. That's all. But I try not to question the Lord at all. He does what he does, and he knows best. But I do ask him on a daily basis, why more loneliness? Why do I have to be alone this long? Because it's breaking me in half. I'm telling you, I can't take it anymore. And yet I'll wake up tomorrow and I'm still going to be alone. Right. And you wonder after a while, why is this happening? Yeah, well, you can't do it by ending your own life. That won't get you there. That's for sure. That won't get you there. The weekend alone. I know, Andrea. I feel your pain, my dear. I'm in the exact same boat as you and have been for a lot longer, right? Not belittling the amount of time that you've been doing it, because even 1 year is a long time, but yeah. Yes, Loretta, but you don't have to scream at us, okay? You don't have to scream at us. Married, been on my own forever and a day. How old are you, Sprinkles? Almost 45. Never got married, eh? I guess in this day and age, there's a lot of people not getting married. Yeah, that's what I mean. That when you get to a decade, and it's literally the anniversary of that is coming up in a couple months. It will be 10 full years, a full decade. And it has not been easy, let me tell you. Not at all. Not at all. to Marion's Thought of the Day on YouTube. No, don't know who that is. I don't know, Sandro. I don't know. That's not a question I can ask or I can answer. I don't know. That's my answer. Is I just really don't know. I wish I had something better to tell you, but I do not know. Yeah, I mean, I'm as confused about certain things as you guys are, right? I'm as confused as you guys are. Life on this earth is very challenging. That's all I will say. Very, very challenging, especially for those who are alone. It's very, very hard to understand what God could be thinking for us when we're going through that. There's no way to really put logic to it. It seems to defy human logic anyway, but human logic is not that special anyway. But, you know, being outside and hiking, see, even if I could live in the country, I get stuck in the city and I get no way to get out to the country. I'd need a car if I did. Living in the city is killing me too. I'm not a city guy, okay? Take somebody who's a real country person, jam them in a city, and make them live in concrete, and it's torture. It's literally like torture. Like, that's probably my biggest problem of all. If I could live in the country, that would probably take half of my misery away instantly. But not only, yeah, the Blue Ridge Mountains. See, okay, that sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. It's my situation's made worse by this town I'm stuck in. Oh, this place is. I mean, I try to make the best of it. You guys know you see me live streaming out on the street. Met some of the shopkeepers, met the people who live on the street. I try to make the best of it, but oh, this place, this place. Man, oh man. I grew up on the ocean in the country. I grew up in a beautiful place. And then later on as an adult, I moved to the country again. I spent most of my first marriage in the country. In a witchy place full of psychopaths. Me too. Me too. So, and I was so content when I was in the country, man. Just, oh, cities are, they're not for me. I'm not cut out for the city at all. And I've been in this one for 17 years. I mean, it's time to leave. It's totally time to leave. But the deal I have with this house, I can't. I need to stay here, right? Because I get such a good deal. And I'm looking after this house for somebody. So I ended up being kind of stuck. And that's where I stay, stuck. Well, like I say, I'm looking after this house for somebody. And yes, it's monetary issues are the big problem. Yes. Yes, and then there's Mr. Jacob. I don't know what to do if I leave. I don't know what to do with him. Just like that on the farm. Reminds me of Green Acres. Yeah, you're going to find lots of things like that in the city. No, the owner of the house is not going to take care of Mr. Jacob. No. Nope, Mr. Jacob would be on his own. Oh, brutal. It's brutal here, Angela. Absolutely brutal. I wouldn't be able to afford this house I'm in if I didn't have a special deal. Like, hello, little girl. Hello, sweetie. Daddy love you. Yes, there are people that are doing that, Tyra, making their own little communities. I wish I could give Mr. Jacob to you. A nice place in the country. Although if there's a highway with I don't want him near a highway with fast moving cars. He can handle the city traffic, but when you get cats near a big highway and there's cars going 80 kilometers an hour or faster, that's dangerous for cats. Wing was bigger. Yep. There's no churches, man. I tried to go to one and it was terrible. I hated every minute of it. I'm not really a church person anyway. I like to do my own thing with God. I don't like churches. Never really have. I don't feel comfortable in them. I feel uncomfortable as soon as I walk in. Never been much for going to church. Yeah. Yeah. The churches nowadays have a lot of troubles, a lot of problems. Rent a 2-bedroom house for 141 a week. Wow. You're not going to find that here, that's for sure. This house would be $2,500 a month if I was paying full price for it. Truth come by Jesus alone. Well, 600 a month, that's a good price, Angela. That's what I pay here, pretty much. It does, Sandro. It does. I've been in this house about 7 years. 7 of the 10 I've spent here. Coffee time. Thank you, Chris. Man, your generosity, brother, over the top. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, any church that goes along with same-sex marriage is obviously not a real church. Right? Obviously that's not a real church. You can't just take the Bible and throw it out and make your own rules in a church. That's not the way it goes. So I didn't know Presbyterians welcome that. I didn't know that, but not surprised. A lot of United churches do as well. That's the other place you'll find that. So now we're in 10 minutes. Lovely. Yep, they do here too, especially United churches here. Little girl. My faithful assistant is behind me, pushing me off the chair. Yes, sweetie. Daddy loves you very much. So I guess we'll keep going for a little bit yet. So give me a second. I will be right back. You up in prayer. Thank you, Dragonfly 3 Wings. Well, I'm also suffering from not having much of a voice here, so but that's just the after effects of being sick all last week. My voice hasn't completely healed yet, so but thank you very much. That's appreciated. I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, sorry about that. What is rhythm guitar? Put the two words together, Andrea. Rhythm. Rhythm. What is rhythm? Right? Rhythm is playing to the beat, the rhythm, and guitar. So it's the guitar that plays to the beat, the one that strums. Sharpen so much it's dark out there. A lot of people don't have rhythm. A lot of people don't. You find out when you try to dance. If you don't have rhythm, you can't dance. I used to get people in the beginning of lessons, sometimes get them to clap out a certain rhythm to see if they could even understand rhythm at all. And some people, no concept of a beat whatsoever. No concept of it at all. And you just go, oh, these are going to be interesting lessons. You can't hear the beat. You can't even fathom it. How are you going to play that instrument? You're probably not going to be able to. Well, yes, some people, I mean, not everybody is given a sense of rhythm. Some people just don't have it. You're not born with it. It's not in you. God didn't, he decided you're not going to play music. He's decided that for a lot of people. Never had the understanding that he is giving me now. It's like I'm already there and it's beautiful. That sounds nice, Donna. That's nice that you can keep yourself feeling positive that way. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's another thing that not everybody has is a sense of pitch. So that's the two things that are needed to play music: a sense of rhythm and a sense of pitch. And if you don't have either, music's not for you. Music is not for you. So if you think you can't live without. I'm doing swimmingly, Mr. Jersey City Joe. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Swimmingly. Doing absolutely swimmingly today. Here we go. So our attendance is up a little bit this morning. Anyway, that's good news. We were in the 70s there for a bit. Still like to see that go up higher. There's actually a bunch of new subscribers in the last couple days, which was kind of a surprise because my videos did so terribly bad. They flopped as soon as I posted them. I don't know what YouTube's algorithm really wants. It's weird. Sometimes I think a video is going to do terrible and it does okay, and then other times I think, oh, this one should do okay, and it just flops. So I can't really predict in any kind of meaningful way what yes, Chris, I can just 1 second. We will let's see. How do I find you? There it is. So here's the other man who's working real hard. We'll promote 2 different channels here today. Chris has been supporting this ministry in a big way too, and being very generous. Very much appreciate that, Chris. Chris has a goal of getting to 500 subscribers. Actually, his real goal is 1,000 because that's when he can monetize his channel. So he's at 356, I think it is. Yep. So that is also a channel that you will not be disappointed that you subscribe to. And Mama Bear, if you're still there, I will say I really love your profile picture. What a great picture that is. That is a fantastic picture of you. Love the shades. And there's Mama Bear's channel. So, welcome. Yes. Thank you so much. Didn't expect that. Right on, brother. Yeah, those 2 channels, you won't be disappointed in subscribing to either one. Mama Bear come out with a fire video, just unbelievable good. Her first one. There's only one, but it's so good. It'll tell you she's on her way. And Chris has been making them religiously every day. Like he just bang, another one. He's been at it, and that's what it takes is consistency. And he's getting there. He's on his way to 400 subscribers. So you gotta like it. There's been a lot of, as Shofar Girl called them, spin-off channels, offshoot channels from this one, which I love to see. Yeah, no, he's making them like crazy. I know. He's putting them out there. So, yep, you're on your way, Chris. You're going to monetize that channel before too long. You got to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then you can monetize it. I just did, Mama Bear. I just did. I'll do it again. Here it is again. Yep, it's the authenticity. See, that, in my opinion, is what really makes it. Shofar Girl needs some financial assistance to get her phone fixed. There's something wrong with her phone. She either needs to fix it or replace it. And until she does, she's not able to do much. So, yeah, I'm hoping somebody can assist her a little bit. She has a PayPal link on her homepage. So anybody that can help her out would be greatly appreciated. Little girl. Yeah, I don't think she is watching probably, but I had email contact with her yesterday, so she's doing good other than that. It's a drag that she doesn't have a phone to use right now, but other than that, she's doing fine. And here's my faithful assistant, Miss Sabrina. I thought Sammy Boy was going to get rambunctious a while ago, but who else needs a subscriber? Well, everybody needs subscribers that has channels. But that I do 2 at a time. So I've promoted you, Chris, and I promoted Mama Bear today. That's the 2 for today. Acts 2:21. Good morning to you. Time for your morning buzz. Yep. Well, if you get a buzz watching me, then that's good. That kind of buzz is acceptable. Those that have bore the heat of the day, he needs us to get in place to harvest his souls. Well, I think we've all been diligently doing that, Donna. I think, I may not have been the most perfect Christian follower of Jesus, whatever you want to call it, but I have consistently tried to help as many people as I possibly can in as many ways as I possibly can. I've been pretty consistent for a while now. I'm doing the best I can, and I think a lot of you guys are too. That's all we can do. We know that it's not works that guarantee our salvation, but we also know that faith without works is dead. So there's 2 sides to that. Yep, that's the way I was. So broke I couldn't afford to pay attention. Yep. Well, no, people that can't help don't have to. I mean, if you can't, you can't, right? Some people are in the situation where they're the ones that need help. So they obviously can't help someone else. So, yes, Andrea, you're right. No one is perfect. We're all human. We all have flaws. That is totally true. That is totally true. But we just keep trudging along and doing the best we can. Try to help people when the opportunity arises. That's what being a follower of Jesus is all about. Try to do what you can for others. And do it happily and for free. That's what I try to do. I try not to turn anybody away. I have, I have people coming to me from all different parts of the world, from all different walks of life, with all different types of problems. And sometimes I can't do anything for them. sometimes the problem is just not something I have any ability to assist with, right? There's red letter. Howdy to you. But I always do my best to try. You guys should too. Touched by the Holy Spirit. We do what we can and it all adds up. That's right. It'll help every creator. You make it happen. Right on. Wendy Case. Well, Wendy Case, I don't disagree with you, but it's not that I disagree, but a lack of human contact is a lack of human contact. And there is nothing that totally solves that. There's nothing that does. So if there was, like I say, in prison, they can't even put the prisoners in solitary confinement past a certain amount of time because they drive them insane. You will go crazy in solitary confinement. You can give that prisoner a Bible and he can love God and all, he's still going to go insane in solitary confinement, no matter what. That's just the way a human is. So everything you said, well, there's some truth to it. There's also a lot of truth in the fact that a human being is a social creature that requires human contact in order to stay balanced and healthy. And, that what you said there is what I was referring to is that that's kind of flowery talk about just do this and everything is fine. Your loneliness will go away. That's not right. That's not right. Thank you again, Chris. Man, your generosity, brother. Whoa. That's a pink one. No, I'm the same way, Andrea. I've always been able to relate to your pain because I've been in the same situation as you. And I know there's some of us that just we don't deal with it well, right? We don't deal with it well. Well, red letter, you know what I mean. You'll go, okay, let's use the word bonkers. You'll go bonkers. If you put somebody in solitary confinement for too long, they start to lose touch with reality. They start to, well, they go really strange. Okay. It's like Andrea said, we're wired for social connection. We're totally social creatures. Okay. That's just what we are. And when you deprive a human being of it, some pretty nasty things can happen. For sure. Humans need somebody. You can't be just completely alone. It's not healthy for any of us. Definitely not. Now, some people choose it after a while. That's what they want. They like the solitude. They like being totally alone. They don't want anyone around. Power to them. If that's what they like, then you should have the right to do it, right? You have the right to choose. But and if you're like that, then you got it made because that's easy to choose. It's easy to just go off and be by yourself. You get to choose that. You get to have your way. But if you're the type of person that doesn't want that, it might be forced on you anyway. Right? You're not going to have a say in the matter. Yes. Oh yeah. You'll become paranoid, and you might even that's where look at the movie Castaway. Okay, the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks. He took a basketball and put eyes and a mouth and stuff on it and called it Wilson because he needed somebody. Okay? That is the best example of what I'm talking about that I can think of. Tom Hanks with his basketball in Castaway. Okay? That's what will happen eventually. You're going to have an imaginary friend or something because you're just craving that contact so much, right? You'll end up taking a basketball, drawing a face on it, and giving it a name. Right? Volleyball, whatever it was. Exactly. So that was, whoever made that movie, that was some brilliant writing there. That's exactly what a person would do. Okay, that's exactly what a person would do. And I agree, Jag. I'm not talking about your happiness depending on another person. That's not what I'm saying. I've made many videos about how you have to be happy yourself before another person can compliment your life. That's not what I'm saying. Sprinkles, the best understanding I have of it is that he's molding us into something, right? He's collaging us, and I truly believe that's what happens. I just don't understand the length of time that it seems to be for some of us, right? If he isolated me for 3-4 years, did his thing with me, and then let me out of it, I'd understand. But now that it's 10 years, I have to say I'm starting to question it. Like, how long is it supposed to be? Is it supposed to keep going until it completely makes me lose my mind? I don't know, because that's what it feels like is going to happen, right? It's to the point where you start losing hope, and being hopeless is not a beneficial thing. That's certainly not. So I'm confused and why it's this long. That's the part that gets me. I don't know. 10 years? Did I really need to be isolated for 10 years? That's a whole decade. That's at least a tenth of my life, or if not more than a tenth of my life. So I don't know. It is, man. 10 years is a long time. A long, long time. We're not talking a few months. Yeah, Andrea, I understand what you're saying, because I mean, I've hit the max what I can take. If it doesn't change soon, it feels like it's going to break me in half. Yeah, well, you have to take that up with God, Kathy. That's all I can say. Well, God is present. There's no question about that. I mean, God is totally present. I don't feel that God is distant or anything like that. He's here all the time. He reveals himself to me every day. There is no lack of God in my life. Okay, that's not the problem. That's not the problem. I just, after a while, I get tired talking to myself. I'm tired talking to myself, and I'm tired of talking to people through a screen. That is the real problem I have. Is all contact is through this screen. What have we done to ourselves? What a terrible world. We're all just talking to each other through a screen. Nobody's in person. This is all we do now. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Right? Do deliverances in person. How? How? And when I'm gonna have strangers who are demon infested come into my house. Johnny, think about that. Sure, all the demon infested. Come on over here. Here's my address. Yeah, that should work out well. That should work out well. Yes, you're right. Sprinkles right from the beginning. Oh yeah, this digital age that's what's making everybody so lonely. That's it, totally. Well, deliverance in person, that's what I'd have to do. I don't care if I meet them in public or not. I'm not going to have a bunch of people come into my house. I don't think so. Not going to happen. I'd dox myself. Put my address online. Yeah, just show up at my door. That might be a little dangerous. I actually had a person the other day ask me if he could come instead of doing it online. He wanted to come in person. I'm like, dude, that would be the most dangerous thing possible. If I started giving my address out to people saying, oh, yeah, just show up. No, I don't think. So, I mean, if I had a church, okay, come to the church for deliverance. That's one thing, but I'm not going to have people in my own house. That ain't going to happen. Yeah, it would have to be at a church, right? Have people come to a church. That's fine. But I got 2 cats here and stuff. I'm not trusting a bunch of strangers in here. That's for sure. Yes, it's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing. No, I don't think I'll be starting a church. I don't think that would be something I'd want. I do not want to be a pastor. That's not my God didn't make me a pastor. He made me to do deliverance, yes, but he didn't make me to be a pastor. Not a preacher. Not at all. Human motives in the world are fallen. Absolutely. All are in need of restoration. Some realize that. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. William, I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain. If it's from the loneliness, then I can relate 100%. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. I understand it 100%. Put up a brush arbor in your yard for deliverance. Yep. Yep. If the loneliness has overtaken you and is making you question your very existence, I have reached the same point. I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't. I don't know how. If you put anybody alone for 10 years, it's going to do this to them. It's going to do this to them. I'm not feeling sorry for myself, Maria. I'm trying to be honest. I'm trying to be honest about how I actually feel. Okay. Rather than giving you a bunch of flowery language and telling you all these things that I don't really mean, I'm trying to be honest. So if you want to interpret that as me feeling sorry for myself, fine, you can interpret it that way. But that is not what I'm doing. I am trying to be honest about something that other people can relate to as well. So no one's sitting here saying, poor me, poor me. I'm saying isolation for a decade does damage to people. And it has to me. And it's done what it's done. It's not me feeling sorry for myself. I'm telling you something honest. You won't get honesty like this everywhere. People are going to give you all this flowery language, right? And tell you all these things that they don't mean. I'm not going to do that. It's got nothing to do with being sick either. I don't know how you brought that into it. It's got absolutely nothing to do with being sick. My voice is a little rough today, so I've explained that from the time I started the live stream. I had no voice at all last night. I totally lost it. Right now, I'm quite booked for the next. Well, I'll be booked all next week, probably. Well, that person has the right to their opinion. If they think I'm feeling sorry for myself, then that's their opinion. That's fine. That's totally fine. That's not the intention that I'm trying to put across here. I'm trying to be as honest as I can at all times. Okay, I'm not going to give you flowery garbage that I don't mean. I'm going to tell you the truth. Yes, righteous rebuild. I'll see you again. Yes. Well, I don't know, David. Let me see what the weather is looking like. Not that this will really tell me the truth because it lies to me, but looks like it's going to rain all day, according to this. So, quite possibly not. Looks like it's going to rain. Add a friend to outdoor hobby. Harry Spartan. Where's that friend supposed to come from? Do you just go to the friend store and buy one? You add a friend to an outdoor hobby. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? Oh my. People solutions. Yeah, let's just add 2. Let's grab 3 while we're there. We'll grab a 3-pack of friends. Excuse me, sir. How much is this 3-pack of friends? Feeling bad for yourself is just a phase of the process when it still hurts. Well, I don't even consider this feeling bad for myself. Oh, I know, Andrea. I've heard this. I've heard join a walking club. Just join a walking club. Why don't you join a walking club? You're causing your own troubles. All you got to do is join a walking club. Join a walking club. I've never even heard of a walking club ever existing anywhere in the world. But that was one person's solution. Join a walking club. I'd like the sporty athletic kind, please. Yeah. I mean, funny. Yes, go to that friend store, Johnny. Just walk in. I hear they're having a sale, and it's a BOGO. Buy one, get one free. So you buy your first friend, and your second one is on the house. Okay. You can't beat that. Step up. Yep. I don't think walking clubs exist. I think that person just sort of made that up. Are you looking for your breakfast? You're looking for breakfast, aren't you? Definitely a roofer. Yeah. Yep. Little girl. So, no, Mr. Buzz is not feeling sorry for himself. Mr. Buzz is trying to have a discussion about something that's affecting a lot of us. It's not just myself. This is for you guys too, because a lot of you are going through the same thing. And I don't have the answer as to why it's happened. I don't have the answer as to how we're supposed to handle it easily. All I know is that after 10 years, it becomes very difficult. Okay. It becomes very, very difficult. Becomes a real problem. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Sprinkles. Norma Jean, who is living her life like a candle in the wind. So I don't have a lot of friends, and women don't care about myself. Well, that's too bad, my friend. Yeah, buying friends. It is happening now. People are. This is here's another symptom of it. Okay, people are turning to artificial intelligence for companionship. That's how desperate people are getting. Okay, that's another version of the volleyball named Wilson. Okay, that's another version of the volleyball named Wilson, an AI companion. Tell me that's not sad. Okay, it's very sad to see people doing that. Yep, it's terrible. They've turned to AI boyfriends and girlfriends, and they're marrying them. I think there's even legislation that's allowing them to get married to AI companions. So your boyfriend or girlfriend or wife or husband is on a screen, and it's not even a real person. I'm quite sure they're starting to pass legislation to make this legal so that people can marry them. It's beyond. I mean, it's just over the top crazy. So should I've actually stopped praying for that, Maria. If the amount of prayer that I prayed for it already isn't enough, then it must not be supposed to happen. Right? So it gets to a point where you just give up. Right? So thank you for the sentiment, but I've given up praying on that. I don't pray for that no more. Your AI companion thinks you're stupid. Wow. Not in a good mood. Uh-oh. Rebel metal. Walking halfway. Walking halfway to where, Norma Jean? You're gonna walk halfway to my house? And I'll pick you up the other half of the way. In California, you can marry your pet. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. California's a whole lot of crazy. That place is bonkers, man. California is just that's a good example of what too much liberalism does. California's over the top, bonkers. Stuff. Wow. Oh yeah, California is. They're way out there. That's for sure, Jim. It certainly was. Oh yeah, it's broken. It sure is. Then you got like Mark Zuckerberg decided that he would release a bunch of bots Okay. And his reasoning when he was interviewed was because people are lonely and needed companionship. So he was going to release a bunch of bots to help the world cure its loneliness problem. I'm like, dude, bots are not companions. Okay. Bots are not companions. That is the silliest thing I've ever heard in my life. Sometimes the person is too obvious. You've lost me now, Norma Jean. I have no idea where you're going with this. Unless you must be having a conversation with someone else that I'm missing out on. No idea what you're saying. It's in a big old van. I said no. There you go. Do I think Jesus was ever lonely? I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, Norman Jean, whoever you're talking to, I really don't know now. Now something's funny. You are having a conversation with somebody that I've missed. Well, I got to feed the furry ones now. She's not going to put up with me much longer. She's being good right now, but it is time for breakfast. So, little girl's praying for breakfast. That's what she's praying for. Manolith, you came at a interesting time. I'm just about to shut her down. So, yeah, that's called ruminating, Rebel. That is called ruminating. So, thank you all for being here today. Appreciate it very much. And I will see you all later on. Depending on what the weather's doing, I don't know if I'll be outside today. It doesn't look like it's going to be very good weather. I might be stuck in the house again. Really, really looking forward to some nicer weather again. Got spoiled there for a few days. And now we're back into the cabin fever. So hopefully we'll get some nice weather in the next couple of days and I get out on the street again. I'll get out today if it gets nice, but it doesn't look like it is. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me. And remember that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.